Hi everyone! Renate here from Crafty Renate. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm gonna show you my spring favorites. Usually I do that after the season is over, but some of you prefer to see them in the season, so that's what I'm gonna do right now. Let's get started. So the first item is a body scrub from Knijp. It's the cream and oil body scrub Silky Secret. And you use it in the shower like regular body scrubs. It just leaves your skin super soft and smooth and silky and hydrated, and it's so lovely. It's just wonderful. It doesn't have any microplastics, which is important to me because I care about the environment. And yeah, it's a great product. Knijp is pretty pricey, so I don't get products from them that often because but I really do like this one. It smells really nice. It's sort of, to me, it smells like a mixture between a subtle floral scent and a fresh scent. It's nice. It's not overwhelming. It's just nice. One thing though, just like a lot of products that contain oils, this makes your shower super slippery, but just super slippery. More slippery than any product I've ever used before. And that's saying a lot because I've had some very slippery product that sounded bad. So yeah, be careful. Clean your shower after you've used this because otherwise it does get really dangerous and you do not want to fall. The next two products I'm going to show are hair products. And the first one is a hair mask. I do love a good hair mask. With hair my length, it's a necessity, at least it is for me. And this one is the Garnier Ultra Dew Intensive Revitalizing Mask. And it's with ginger and honey. And it's for damaged, dull, and fatigued hair. Okay. Didn't know your hair could be fatigued, but are you tired? Oh. You're attached to my body. That means you're tired because I'm tired. Anyway, it has a really rich texture, very creamy. It smells so good. It's weird because it's ginger and honey, but it smells exactly like cinnamon. And it's pretty strong, the scent, and it lingers on your hair. So if you hate the smell of cinnamon, then this is not for you. Even though I don't think there's cinnamon in it, I don't know, but it smells exactly like cinnamon. But it's a really nice product. It makes my hair very smooth and I can brush through it really well, so it detangles really well. And my ends aren't dry anymore when I use this, and my hair just looks and feels a lot better. So this is definitely a boost for your hair. I think this one is silicone free, I'm not sure, but... And then the next product is a little bit lighter for your hair. So this is more suitable for summer, and the scent is also very suitable for summer because it's a watermelon conditioner. It's from Fructis Garnier, and it's the watermelon hair food conditioner. I've had the banana hair food before. Was it banana? Yes, the banana hair food one before, and I really like that one too. But now I have this one, and oh, this scent is just perfect. Perfect for summer. It's really nice. I do believe this one does have silicones in it. Yes, it does have silicones in it, but my hair actually really likes silicones. My hair is not that difficult to please. Whether it has silicones or sulfates or whatever, my hair's like, fine, go ahead, put it on me. Even though the texture is pretty creamy, it is light and it melts into your hair, which I really like. And again, this is something that detangles my hair really well, obviously because of the silicones, and it's just really nice. I like it a lot. Oh, and it's supposed to be volumizing. That might be interesting to know. But obviously with my length, volume who? I don't get a lot of volume because my hair is so heavy, it weighs everything down. Even my natural waves, they're like pulled down because of the weight of my hair. Like this bun, it should have been higher because it's heavy. It doesn't look like much because I coil it really tightly, but whew, heavy. And then we have a product for the face. It's from Kruidvat, which is a Dutch brand that they also sell in Belgium. And it's the Hyaluron Booster Drops. this is great. It feels like a serum. It's really light. It just goes out nice and smoothly. You don't need a lot of product. And it just sinks into your skin right away, and it doesn't leave any sort of residue or anything. So I like how that feels. And for some reason, I might be imagining things, but when I use it, it doesn't just feel nice and fresh and soft, but it makes my face, my skin look better somehow. It's almost like it tightens it slightly. I don't know, but I really like it. And especially now that it's really hot, because it's really hot at the moment, this is much nicer than a day cream, just because it's just so light and you don't feel it. So like it a lot. And then something that's a little bit weird, but I had to include it because this has been a lifesaver. It's the back pod. So the back pod, I'm gonna show you. This is what's inside. So you have all these raised areas, and it's this hard plastic, and this is sort of a rubbery silicone. And this is created by a chiropractor in New Zealand. This is what it looks like, and this is the back. It looks really simple. So at first I was like, how could this work? I have used so many different things, bought so many different things in my life, because I have a lot of medical problems, and some of the problems have to do with muscle tightness and muscle spasms. And so my neck, shoulders, back have always caused a lot of trouble ever since I was a kid. So I've always been looking for things to alleviate some of that pain. And I saw this being recommended by Bob and Brad, physical therapists on YouTube. You might know them. And so I thought, well, if they endorse it, I'm gonna try it out. But this has been absolutely great. So you just lay on it, you put it on your spine and just lay on it for 30 to 60 seconds in a certain position. You can Google it if you want. I'm not gonna demonstrate it right now, but you just basically lay on it in a certain position. It helps with your posture. It helps align your spine. It helps push the tight muscles, loosen them and everything. I can't really explain it. I'm not a chiropractor. All I can tell you is that it works. I've been going to a chiropractor for a very long time, and never were they really able to loosen everything up nicely, just because everything is so tight that they can't even manipulate it. So I was very surprised to find that this actually does a better job. Sorry, I love my chiropractor. He's amazing, but I haven't been back to him ever since I bought this, because this is helping me so much that I don't need it anymore. Every time I lay on it, it's like, like my back and my shoulder and my neck, they're just like popping and cracking, and everything is just... And when I'm done with my session of laying on it, it only takes a couple of minutes, and it's so small. That's why it's so convenient to just quickly do and get on with your day. But every time afterwards, I feel so much looser, and I can move my head better. I haven't laid on it yet today, which is why I can't get further than that. But so yeah, it really helps me. And my mom got one too, because I was raving about it. I definitely recommend this if you are someone who has a lot of problems with your muscles or your posture. And since we're already on the topic of helping alleviate muscle pains, I gotta show you this. I'm sure if you are on YouTube or on TikTok, I'm not on TikTok, but apparently it's a thing there. You've seen this already. It is a neck massage pillow. It's not just for your neck, it's for all of your muscles everywhere. You could use it on all parts of your body. But what's really interesting about this, it does have these rotating balls in it. But what's really interesting about this one is that you could put your hands through it, and that way you can keep it in place where it needs to sit, and you can sort of weigh your arms down to make it the massage harder, more intense, or you can lift your hands a little bit to just loosen it up. And it's just, you know, you have those massagers that you need to hold, but then all of this is tightening. So how can you loosen something if you're tightening it while you're doing it? That makes no sense. So I was really interested in this, but they have a lot of different ones. This one is from the brand Life Goods. They have a lot of different types and brands and price ranges. So I got one that's sort of a middle class in price and that had great reviews and plenty of them. And you can see it's really, you know, it looks really nicely finished. It looks great, like really good quality. It also heats up, which is really nice. And this one, a lot of products that are meant for massage, they heat up, but you don't really feel the heat that much. This one, however, let me try and show you. I do have studio lights on, so you won't see it super well. See that? Ooh. It is so nice. So you have an automatic function. It just sort of rotates in one direction and then in another. And then you can choose which way it rotates, because sometimes on certain muscles it feels nicer if it goes in one direction compared to the other. I don't know why, but it does. So you can choose that. And then you can also choose the speed, so how fast it goes. And I have to tell you, it may not look like much, but this is the best massager ever. It feels so good. The first time I tried it, I'm glad I didn't film that because my reaction, you would have thought I was using a different type of massager. I was like, it was my reaction really shook me. It was really something else. I have a lot of things that help me try to alleviate my pain, but this is really helpful. One thing, don't exaggerate with how much you do it, because the first days I was so enthusiastic that I just kept using it over and over again, and I was sore afterwards. My muscles were so sore. Like, in the moment it felt really good, but I was doing it really hard, like really intense, because I was in a lot of pain then, and I just overdid it, and my muscles, it felt like I've been beaten, so that was not so good. So yeah, I would stick to once or twice, maybe 3 times a day, and if you want to do it more, just do it lightly, because otherwise you might get a little sore. And then a product that I can't really show right here because it's in my bedroom, it's plugged in, but I'll insert clips, is the Philips Somnio Wake Up and Sleep Light. Now, I've been interested in a wake up light ever since they came to exist, but I wasn't sure if I would wake up from the light, because I often have my covers over my head. Yeah, I'm weird. I sleep with my covers over my head unless it's really warm. So I was like, yeah, if my covers are over my head, I can't see the lights. So I didn't know if it was gonna work for me. So years went by, me still being interested but not being quite sure, and then I saw the Wake Up and Sleep Light. Now, I have a lot of problems sleeping. I have a lot of problems falling asleep as well, and relaxing before bedtime. I also have a lot of trouble waking up in a good way, because if I set an alarm, a regular alarm, I just wake up like that, and it just instantly puts me in a really bad mood, and it just makes me feel horrible. So I hate that. So I was looking for something that would gently wake me up, and that would also help me fall asleep and relax and everything like that. And this is perfect for that. I've had it for a year now, so it's not a new favorite, but I've had it for a year, and this is one of the best purchases. I hope it doesn't break anytime soon, because it was pretty expensive, but I love it. It's a game changer for me. It just wakes me up with, you can choose if you want sound or whatever. I wake up with birds chirping or with cows mooing. I change it up sometimes. And with the sunrise, and it's so nice and gentle. I'm not in a bad mood, well, not in such a bad mood anymore in the morning. It's just really nice. And the sleep part is amazing. It's a sunset, so you gently, it gently gets darker and darker. And again, you can choose a sound, and I choose a rain. So I fall asleep, or I try to fall asleep with a sunset and rain sounds. I love it so much. And it doesn't stop there. There are so many options on that thing. It's you can set multiple alarms in it. You could choose how intense the light has to be, how long the sunrise and the sunset have to be. There's even a meditation function in it that helps you breathe. I don't know why I said it like that. Breathe. It's just, it's like breathe in, breathe out, It is great. You could play radio on it. You could hook it up to your phone using Bluetooth and let it play your favorite playlist. There are a lot of options. What I also really like is that in the back you have a USB port, so you can charge your phone or anything else safely at night while you're asleep, or during the day, but it's a lot safer than plugging it in with the adapter into your wall socket, because that can catch on fire. And this won't, because it's just your USB cord plugged into a device that's on or on standby at night. And of course it also has a clock. And what I also love is that you just pet its little head, and then your night light comes on, and you can turn it off like that too. I really, really like it. And then last but definitely not least, oh my gosh, again, I can't show you right now here because it's super heavy and super big, but I'm gonna insert some clips. I bought a 33,600 pieces puzzle. Now some of you will already know that, but some of you probably won't. I am so excited about it. Oh my gosh. Let me show you. This is the poster that came with it, but it's way too small because you can't really see the details that you need to see to be able to make it. But this is my example that came with it. It is stunning. So I have always wanted to do a puzzle that was 6,000 pieces or more. That was like on my bucket list, like one day I want to do a puzzle that's 6,000 pieces or more. Now, very recently, I made a 3,000 pieces puzzle, and I loved it so much. And I was like, oh, it's even more fun than a 1,000 pieces puzzle because it's so big and it's so fun. And yeah, I loved it. So I was very much convinced that I definitely wanted to do one that was a lot bigger. But I was looking into puzzle around 9,000, 12,000 pieces, something like that. That's what I was looking at. And every single one that I loved that I could find was sold out, because they obviously don't make that many of those ginormous puzzles just because not that many people want to make puzzles that big. So when they're sold out, that's it. You usually can't find it anywhere anymore, except maybe secondhand, but I would never do that with a puzzle personally, but hey. And then I came across this one. Oh my gosh. I fell instantly in love with the artwork. It's so, so, so beautiful. And no matter how long you look at it, you keep discovering new things. And once it's finished and it's massive, it's gonna take up 2 whole walls. That's how massive it is. It's just, you're gonna still be discovering new things on there constantly. I've already gotten started, and I will be making a little video about it once it's finished, which won't be for another couple of years, I think, because I'm not that fanatic that I only puzzle in, as a hobby. I do other things too. And also physically, I can't work on a puzzle for hours at a time. I just can't. So it's going to be a slow process, but I am super excited, and I will keep you updated. If you want to see some progress pictures and things like that, I also post them on my Instagram. So if you don't follow me there, it's just Crafty Renate. So you might want to follow me there. One thing I have noticed is that the pieces are very small. They don't fit as tightly together as I would like, but it's doable. I've had much looser puzzles than this one, luckily, but it's still not as tight as I would like it. But yeah, it is what it is. And another thing I have noticed is that most puzzle pieces align and you know, on top and in the bottom. Well, here they also do, but then here and there you have one that doesn't align and that it's for sure correct. And then I also had an entire row that did that. It's like boom, 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 boom. That just makes it even more difficult. And because of the organic shapes and the very similar colors everywhere, and because it's so big, you don't really see what you're working on. You just see some colors and shapes and then the shapes of your puzzle pieces. But when you're sitting working on it, you can't really see what you're making. You have to stand up and then, oh yes, that was a hippo. But you just sort of see blotches when you're working on it. So it's very challenging. It's not just a ginormous puzzle, but it's also super difficult. Definitely something to just do when you're a very experienced puzzler. And maybe in a group would be nice. I'm doing it all by myself. So, but yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I love it so much. I'm so excited about it. Woo! This is a project of a lifetime. Let me know in the comments below which of the items that I've shown is your favorite. And also, I need to know, would you ever consider doing a 33,600 pieces puzzle by yourself? I just want to know. Okay, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please click the like button. It helps my channel out. And I would love to see you in my next video. Bye!